Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bold and Beautiful. Today, Hope Logan is getting ready to walk down the aisle and start a life. She thinks this life will be calm and happy. Carter Walton is waiting for her at the altar. He looks very sure of himself. He believes that marrying Hope will bring them both love and peace. They will be able to leave their problems behind. Their family and friends are there to watch them get married. There is a lot of history between these people. It is complicated. Today is a happy day. It is a chance for them to move forward and be happy. Brooke is crying because she is so happy. Ridges. He is being careful not to get too excited. Steffi is a private person, but even she thinks that Hope and Carter really have something special. They seem like they are really happy together. For a while it looks like everything is going to work out and they will be okay. Hope and Carter just seem down to earth and in love. Thomas Forrester is watching everything that is happening. Thomas Forrester knows something that no one else in the room knows. Thomas Forrester is not showing any emotions on his face when the ceremony starts. He is very quiet. That is a bad sign. Thomas Forrester is not feeling jealous. Thomas Forrester is not being obsessive. Thomas Forrester has made up his mind about something. Thomas Forrester has been thinking about a secret for weeks. This secret is so big that it could change everything Hope thinks about her future. Thomas Forrester tried to tell himself that it was not his job to say anything. Thomas Forrester tried to believe that the truth would come out on its own. As Hope gets closer to Carter, she looks really sure of herself. Thomas thinks about this. He knows that there is no perfect time for what he has to do. The truth is that every moment is going to be really bad. If Thomas does not say something now, things will get so bad that they can never be fixed. Hope is the one who is moving closer to Carter, and Thomas is worried about what will happen to Hope and Carter. The ceremony gets really emotional. The person doing the ceremony starts with the vows. Carter's voice shakes when he says he will love and be honest with Hope and protect her. Hope has no idea that everything is about to fall apart. Then, just as the person doing the ceremony asks if anyone has a problem with them getting married, Thomas gets up. This makes everyone in the room start talking. People are whispering to each other. Brooke stops breathing for a second. Rich turns around fast. He already knows something bad is happening. The ceremony and the vows and everything are all about Carter and Hope. Now Thomas is standing up and it is a big deal. Hope freezes, confusion flashing across her face as she looks at Thomas. Then Thomas speaks. His voice is steady and loud. It cuts through the silence. Thomas says, "I do." Thomas says, "I have a reason." People around the room let out loud gasps. Carter turns around. He looks really stunned. You can see that he is angry. He does not believe what is happening. Hope shakes her head. Says Thomas' name really quietly, like she wants him to sit down and stop all this crazy stuff. Thomas just keeps going. He looks right at Carter. Then he looks at Hope. Then Thomas says something that changes everything. "He is your son," Thomas says. His words are really loud. They just hang in the air. Everything just stops. Nobody says a word. Nobody breathes. Thomas' words are like a shock. Hope and Carter and everyone else are just frozen. Thomas says that he is your son, and that is all he needs to say. The meaning does not make sense at first. Then it does. When the meaning of something finally sinks in, it can be really tough to deal with. The impact of the meaning is very strong. It can be very upsetting. Hope's world falls apart in a split second. Her smile is gone. Her knees give out. Brooke cries out in shock. Rich turns white as a ghost. Carter's face goes completely white as the truth hits him hard. It is just too bad to think about. The room is suddenly a place with people talking all at once, asking questions, and shock turning to horror. Hope's world is really messed up now. The truth about Hope is awful. Hope looks at Carter like she is seeing him for the first time. At the time, she looks like she is seeing everything she thought she knew fall apart. She says that is not possible, but her voice is shaking, and that shows how scared she really is. Thomas does not even move. He tells her the truth. He does it in a very straightforward way. He talks about the DNA tests and the hidden records and the secrets that people had been keeping hidden for a time. The truth about Carter is hard for Hope to hear. Each thing Thomas says is like a punch to her. Hope is listening to Thomas talk about the secrets and the DNA tests. It is all very shocking to her. The DNA tests and the hidden records are the truth about Carter. That is what is so hard for Hope to accept. Each detail makes it harder for the lie that Hope lived to seem true. The more we learn, the more we see that Hope was living a life. Every little thing we find out tightens the noose around the lie Hope unknowingly lived. Carter has a time talking. His mind is filled with memories. They are all getting mixed up. He thinks about what happened and it is really bad. The woman he loves, the woman he was going to marry, is the mother of his kid. This is too much for him to handle. He feels like something inside of him is broken. Carter takes a step back, like moving away will make everything okay. The woman, Hope, starts crying. She shakes her head. She does not want to believe this. She is so embarrassed. Everyone in the room is looking at her. Carter and Hope, they are both really upset. Carter's child and the woman he loves are connected in a way that's hard for him to accept. This is not just someone being betrayed. It is the feeling of devastation. It is mixed with shame and horror and loss. The betrayal is a bad thing and it causes devastation and shame and horror and loss. Brooke runs to Hope's side, really upset and angry. She wants to know why Thomas is telling everyone this secret now. This is supposed to be a day her daughter is getting married. Ridge is mad at Thomas. He is very angry. Also understands why Thomas did it. Why did you have to tell us, he asks. Could you not have found a better way to say it? Thomas is calm when he answers. There is no way to tell people something like this, he says. Brooke is still very upset. Ridge is furious with Thomas. Thomas just says what he has to say. He said that letting them get married would have made things worse. His words were very clear and hurtful. The timing was really bad. Not saying anything would have been even worse. It would have caused a lot of problems. The alternative, which is staying quiet, would have created a mess. Letting them get married would have made things worse. It is good that he spoke up. The guests start to go and you can hear them whispering to each other. It is like smoke that follows them. Some people look at Hope, feel sorry for her. Others are shocked. A few people judge her. The wedding ceremony falls apart as everyone finds out the truth. It spreads fast and nobody can stop it. Carter walks away. He is totally overwhelmed. He is figuring out that the things he did in the past are affecting him now in a very bad way. Hope just stands there. She is not moving. Her perfect wedding has turned into a disaster. It is like her heart is breaking in front of everyone. The wedding that was supposed to be a day for Hope has become a very sad and embarrassing day for her. Hope is still standing there. Her dream wedding is now a memory. Steffi is standing on the sidelines. She can feel how serious the situation is. It is really getting to her. She knows that Thomas is not a person. She also knows that what just happened is going to cause a lot of problems. This is not just about Hope and Carter. This is about the people in their family, who they really are. It is about the secrets that families keep to avoid trouble and how those secrets can really hurt them. The secrets can cause a lot of damage. It may never be fixed. The room is empty now. What happens next is really tough. Hope talks to Thomas in private. You can hear the pain in her voice. She wants to know why Thomas did not come to her earlier. Thomas does not try to make excuses for how he feels. He just tells her the truth. He was scared. He was scared that Hope would not believe him. He was scared that she would think he was trying to trick her. He was scared that if he said something it would ruin the peace that he has been trying hard to keep. When Thomas is honest with her, it does not make Hope feel better away, but it helps her see things in a different way. Hope is still feeling pain. Thomas is still being honest with her, and that is what Hope and Thomas are going through. This wasn't cruelty. It was inevitability. Carter is sitting by himself. He is thinking a lot. He feels very guilty. It is weighing him down. He knows that saying sorry or explaining what happened will not make things better. Carter really loved Hope. His feelings for her were true. Now he has these other feelings that do not feel right. They do not make sense. Carter and Hope had plans for their future. All of that is gone now. Instead, they have to deal with something that they never thought would happen to them. The responsibility of this situation is something that Carter and Hope are not prepared for. Carter is still thinking about Hope and the love he feels for her. By the end of the day, the wedding is totally ruined. Hope's belief in love is really messed up. The wedding has changed Carter's life forever. Thomas is hated by some people. He had to tell the truth when nobody else would. The Forrester-Logan family is reminded again that the past is not really gone. It just waits for a time to come back and cause trouble. The past always comes back to the Forrester-Logan family. It always wants something from them. On The Bold and the Beautiful, weddings are rarely endings, they are detonators. And as Hope stands amid the ruins of her shattered vows, one truth becomes devastatingly clear. Love may be powerful, but secrets are stronger, and when they finally surface, they don't just destroy relationships. They redefine blood, legacy, and destiny forever. The thing that Thomas did is still having an effect. It has been a while since the wedding that did not happen. The garden is empty now. The chairs are. So are the flowers that were thrown on the ground. The papers that had the wedding plans on them are all torn up. Hope is sitting by herself in the garden. She is still wearing the dress she was going to get married in. It is a reminder that the wedding did not happen. The life she thought she was going to have is falling apart. Hope's hands are shaking as she holds the flowers she was going to carry when she got married. Every flower seems to be making fun of her because she thought love was real. She thought she could be happy without anything happening. The flowers make her think about how she was wrong to trust Thomas. She was wrong to think that she and Thomas could be happy together, without any problems. Hope is thinking about the wedding that did not happen. The life she thought she was going to have with Thomas. Brooke stays close by, feeling bad for her daughter and really mad at Thomas at the time. She does not know if she can ever forgive Thomas. He had no right to do this, Brooke says in an angry voice. He had no right to do this, in front of everyone. He had no right to hurt you like this. Brooke knows that Thomas is not the only one to blame. The bad things that Thomas said about her daughter were already true. They were secrets that nobody talked about before. Thomas just told everyone about the secrets that were already there. By the time he said something, it was already too late for Hope to get away from what was going to happen. Carter goes to the chapel by himself. He is dealing with a lot of feelings. He feels guilty, like he has failed. He is a lawyer, so he is used to thinking when things get tough. Nothing could have gotten him ready for this. It is a shock to find out that Hope's child is actually his child too. This is something he never thought would happen. Now he is thinking about all the time he spent with Hope. He is thinking about all the plans they made to be. Everything is being questioned now. Carter is really struggling with this information about Hope's child. He is trying to understand what it means for him and for his life. He thinks about this all the time, wondering what would have happened if he had known earlier. What if he had done things differently? Could he have stopped the sadness that he sees now when he looks at Hope's face all tear-streaked and upset? He just does not know, and that is a really tough thing to deal with. He cannot go back, change what happened. All he can do is try to move on and figure out what moving on means when something like this happens to Hope and him. Thomas is getting ready for what's going to happen next. He knows he has made some people very angry, like Hope and Carter, and also Brooke, Ridge, and probably Steffi too. Thomas thinks people will judge him and say he is trying to control others. Some people might even try to get at him. Thomas feels okay about what he did. He thinks the truth needed to be told. The longer he waited to tell the truth, the worse it was going to be. Thomas knows the truth about something had to come out. The truth had to be spoken, and waiting longer would have made things even worse for Thomas and the people around him, like Hope and the others. Thomas is standing firm in his decision. He starts talking to people in the Forrester and Logan family. Thomas wants to tell them why he did what he did and show them the evidence. He knows it will not make things better. The wedding is. It cannot be fixed. This bad moment will always be remembered by the family. Thomas knows that no matter what he says, it will not take away the pain he has caused. The family will never forget what happened at the wedding. Steffi confronts Thomas directly. She looks really mad and shocked at the time. "You cannot just walk in here and mess up people's lives," she says in a voice. "Do you even know what you have done to everyone?" Thomas looks back at Steffi without looking. "I did not mess up people's lives, Steffi," he says. "I just told the truth." Hope needs to know who her child really is. Carter needs to know this. If this is really upsetting, it is because the truth is always hard to hear. Steffi is still upset with Thomas because of what he did. Thomas thinks he did the thing by telling the truth about Hope's child. It is better than living a lie. Steffi's fists clench, they are trembling with anger. Living a lie is not what this is about. You destroyed a wedding, the wedding of hope. You humiliated hope in front of everyone who was there. You are trying to make this about what's right and wrong, but all I see is that you are being selfish. You are only thinking of yourself, not of hope or anyone else. Thomas does not say anything. There are no words that can fix what he did. Steffi is very angry. She has every right to be. No matter how angry Steffi is, it will not change what happened. The wedding is still destroyed, hope is still. It is all because of what Thomas did to the wedding of hope. Hope goes to her room, walks around the house because she is trying to understand what just happened. She is feeling a lot of things. She is sad, she is shocked, she is angry, she is confused. She is starting to feel like people betrayed her. Thomas told everyone the truth in an embarrassing way. Now Hope has to think about what this means for her life. She has to figure out what she is going to do because of what Thomas did. Hope is thinking about her future. How it will be different now. Carter, the man she really trusted to love her and keep her safe, is also a part of this surprise. She is feeling different emotions. She loves him, she wants to be loyal to him, but at the same time she is resentful. She still has a strong connection to Carter. But what is really bothering her is the fear of what this means for her kid. How will this change everything at home? She is wondering how she will deal with life now that she knows what she thought was real and true was actually a lie, even if it was not meant to be. Carter and her family are what matter most to her. She is thinking about Carter and how he fits into all of this. What will happen to her and Carter now? Carter, trying to calm down, meets with Thomas in private. You can tell he is really angry, his voice sounds hurt and upset. You had no right, he says again. This time he says it softly, like he is trying not to yell. No right to make choices for me, for hope, for the life we were trying to make. Thomas stands his ground. Says Carter, I did not make any decisions. I just told you the truth. The truth is still the truth, even if we do not talk about it. Carter and Hope deserve to know the truth about their life. I put this off for long as I could, but biology is something that cannot be changed. You have to deal with the wedding and the vows and the dreams. You have to understand what is happening. Then you have to decide what to do next. Carter shakes his head because the reality of the situation is starting to sink in. He is thinking about how to move with the wedding and the vows and the dreams when everything he thought he knew is not true anymore. The wedding and the vows and the dreams are all falling apart. Thomas does not say anything because he knows that words cannot make the pain of the situation go away. The wedding and the vows and the dreams are like rubble now. Carter is trying to figure out how to move with the wedding and the vows and the dreams when they are all gone. Brooke decides to get with Hope and Carter to talk things over. She thinks it is an idea for them to try to figure out what is going on together. Brooke knows they need to stay calm and think clearly. She also knows that everyone is still really upset. Brooke tells Hope that she is still loved, no matter what. She says that Hope is still a person and that what happened does not change who she is as a mom, a daughter, or a woman. Brooke wants Hope to remember that she is not alone and that she is still loved by the people around her. Brooke, Hope and Carter are all trying to deal with their emotions and make sense of everything that is happening. Brooke tries to make Hope feel better. Hope just cries and gets angry. Hope is really struggling with her feelings. She feels bad because she thinks someone did something to her. At the time, Hope loves her mom and is very proud of her. These feelings are not changing, no matter what happens. Brooke's attempts to make things okay do not. Hope is still very upset. Hope is dealing with a lot of emotions. It is hard for her to figure out how she feels about her mom and what happened. Carter wants to think about the truth in a way. He thinks about the law, what makes sense and what is right. He starts to consider things like DNA tests, who gets to take care of the kids and how this will affect his family in the future. Carter knows that Hope's family, his responsibilities, and the fact that everyone will know about this could make things complicated legally and socially. What really bothers Carter is how this affects him personally. He feels like he cannot trust anyone anymore and that his relationship with Hope is falling apart. Carter thought that he and Hope had a relationship that could not be broken. Steffi sees what is going on, knows that the Forrester and Logan families are going to have a big problem. She begins to call her friends to get help because she thinks there will be trouble when Thomas tells his secret. Sheila Sharp will probably try to use this situation to her advantage. Ridge is very upset. Might do something without thinking. The Forrester and Logan families are always in the news when something big happens, and this time will be no different. The media will make sure everyone knows about the Forrester and Logan family problem. It will be all over the news. Steffi is worried that the Forrester and Logan family issue will become a public deal. Hope pulls back. Thinks about everything. She is really mad at Thomas because of how he told